After long travel days, this is our first full day in Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires is one of the most important cities and most well-known cities in all of South America. One, it's got great temperature. Two, it's the biggest port in all of South America.
It also has a really good exchange rate right now, so it's a really nice city and pretty cheap too.
And one thing about Buenos Aires is it definitely has more of like a European instead of a Latin American vibe to it, so it's a little unique for South America.
So in our short time here, we're going to try to experience as many touristy things as we can. We're going all out in the tourist mode.
And you can't really go wrong with a city that has the initials BA.
Markets are a big thing in Buenos Aires, especially on weekends, and luckily we just randomly happen to be here on a Sunday, so we are going on a market tour. These things are everywhere, man! What are they?
Got out of our third Uber of the day, and what else are we about to go to?
Another market! This is the market tour of Buenos Aires. Come on a Sunday if you can. Right now we are in Palermo. Palermo is like the hip, trendy area where most websites will say you want to stay. We're staying more like central area, but Palermo is a great place to eat and shop. Everywhere you look, there's cute streets. This is so much fun. We're just strolling and enjoying Palermo.
But an hour and 16 minutes is a long time to walk. The good thing is, just like kilometers, when you're in South America, minutes are different. They're not the same as American minutes. America has the White House and Argentina has the Pink House. Another street and another market.
We are in Boca. It's a really colorful neighborhood.
In here is considered one of the best views in Buenos Aires, but we're too cheap to spend the 20 bucks to go up to the top.
I think it feels like DC, but I think it feels like Times Square because they've got the new modern billboards on these old buildings. The thing you're guaranteed to have in every city, and it's probably one of my favorite things, is the pigeons. This is the biggest cemetery in Buenos Aires, and it's huge. It's like in the middle of the city, and there's like mini houses for each person. That some of them have pictures inside, some of them have like things that were important to them, and just all lined up in rows like this. It's so interesting. I'm glad we're here during the day, not at night.
We just got done in the cemetery. I'm not really a cemetery type person, but I have to say that is probably the most impressive cemetery that I've ever seen. But the real question is, how much would you have to get paid to spend the night in there?
A lot. This is one happening, please. This is Bosque De Palermo, which is like Buenos Aires' Central Park. There's water, there's lots of green space with people sitting out and enjoying their Sunday evening. And I think that's been one of the coolest things about strolling through Buenos Aires, is just seeing like all the people enjoying the spaces. Like there's people sitting out on the grass playing cards and drinking their tea that we're still trying to figure out what that is. And it's just like a really great evening.
We are really trying to figure something out. We've talked a lot and seen a lot about this tea.
What is
but
it?
We had no idea. Mate, like I've heard of it, but now we see everyone in the city carrying it around. We gotta do some research.
Another day exploring Buenos Aires, another day wearing the same thing because it's already sunny. And first stop is ice cream. So why are we going to get ice cream? Well, the place we're going to, named Rapa Nui, or something like that, is what influenced Haagen-Dazs to make their dulce de leche flavor. And because when there's an opportunity to get ice cream, we're not passing it up. This is like the richest tasting ice cream I've ever eaten in my life. And we got a quarter kilo.
One in the afternoon.
And you're like 5 bites in, I'm already done.
Seems like at every turn there's a park or a bookstore. This is the fanciest bookstore I have ever seen. I look over at the corner and Em's going like this, behind some books. What you doing?
It's called the stretch and look. I'm pretending I'm looking for books, really I'm stretching my back. So Buenos Aires, I'm really happy with our time here. We had great weather, ate some delicious food, got to see a lot. I think my favorite thing, even though I'm not a big dance person, was seeing the tango show last night. I feel like it's just so like Buenos Aires. Like, you gotta experience it, and I'm really happy we did.
Time to tango. Unfortunately, our Uber driver missed the turn, so 6 minutes ended up being 23 minutes. We missed our one chance to learn how to tango in the birthplace of tango, but I'm not much of a dancer, so maybe the guy did us a favor. You know it's gonna be a fun night when you're on your 5th bottle of water. My favorite experience was the steak that we got to eat, and probably my top is going to be tonight when we go to an actual Argentinian steakhouse.
Yeah.
They consume more red meat per person here than anywhere else in the world, so they know what they're doing, and I'm really looking forward to it. To start our time off here in Buenos Aires, we actually didn't do anything in the city or even in the country. We jumped on a ferry and we headed to Uruguay. Maybe it's Uruguay, I'll figure that one out. Before this trip, I probably couldn't even say where Uruguay was on a map. It's the second smallest country in South America, but it's actually really advanced and really clean. It was a long trip to get there. It is like probably 11 right now, and we fly overnight, get there like 3 in the morning. And touching down in Buenos Aires. The whole plan is to try to figure out how to stay awake or how to get some sleep in the airport from like 3 till 7. We got kicked out of our first place, so now good old trusty McDonald's won't let us down. Emmy is getting some shut-eye, and I found a charging port. And we won't be there for long because we are catching the ferry. We are leaving our old faithful spot here in the airport. It is 4:45 and we are catching an Uber to the ferry. Now onto the ferry. One more travel thing. Check out our new kicks. And this is not too shabby of a boat.
It's really fancy. I feel like I'm on the Titanic.
I'm going over to another country, to Uruguay, going to Montevideo, and we're going to be there for a couple days. Unfortunately, we only have about a day here, but we knew that we heard so many good things about the country, we couldn't pass it up, and it's like our own little retreat out here, only about 20 minutes away from a major city.
We just took a little nap. Now we are about to go ride some horses.
All right, all ready to ride. Nice thing about horses is, unlike cars, you don't have to give them gas. Bad thing about horses is sometimes they let some gas out. Final thoughts for Buenos Aires. It is definitely the most visited city in South America for a reason. We really enjoyed it, had a great time. Getting on the plane right now, and we are headed to Patagonia and the south of Argentina, and tomorrow we have to wake up early and headed out for a hike. 2 very unexperienced hikers doing a day trek. Hopefully it doesn't rain, but it's planning on raining. One of the best things about Em is when we were RVing, I found out that I can start any song, any made-up song, any song she doesn't even know, she'll join in. So my new chant for Buenos Aires is give me a beat, beat. Give me an A. What does that say? A. We're still working on it, but probably in the next couple years they'll probably pick it up. Last night we missed our tango lesson, but after observing for like an hour and a half, we learned one thing. We learned that we will probably never be tango dancers. Whether our Uber driver got us there late or not, probably did not ruin our careers. We thought that tango was like clapping, like that must be Fandango, which is in...
Fandango is a company. I have one chance to be on the tango stage. So we're the Americans who asked if they have butter with the rolls. We said something here, and she said, "Do you want something?" I didn't know what you said.
They brought us nachos. I was shutting the windows and I like saw something kind of move real quick next to my hand. And here it's a spider. New day, new crib. We're here in Buenos Aires and this is our room. We're living in luxury.
Best thing is we got AC, we have a really good location, and we paid, even with like the cleaning fee and Airbnb fee, I think it was like 24 bucks a night.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing.